I'm not gonna lie, y'all boys, for a lot of my football journey, I was real life ass. What's good, y'all boys, man? It is Jay Gippy, and today I'm gonna be explaining to y'all my full football journey from start to finish. And so far I'm still playing, you know what I'm saying? Right now I'm currently training for the NFL Pro Day. I just got done with my college career, and there's been a lot of misconceptions about me and if I play football, don't play football, because I create content, you know what I'm saying? I love making content. I love making content for y'all boys. But I am a football player at heart, and a lot of people like watch my videos and I'll post like a highlight or something and they'll be like, damn, you play football? Like, damn, you're actually good at football? Like, yes, I play football. Like, I would not be creating content about football if I didn't play football, you know what I'm saying? Let's get straight into the video, y'all boys. To start it out, I was always very fond of football. I love football to death, you know what I'm saying? Football is one of the sports I always wanted to play. To start as a little kid, I always wanted to play football. I was always looking up to football players. I would always play catch with my dad in the front yard, but my parents never let me play football. And for some reason, my parents not wanting me to play football because it was such a contact sport and such a hard sport on the body for a little kid, it made me want to play even more. And my parents put me in like sports like soccer, karate, little stuff, you know what I'm saying? And it never, like, I never was happy with it. Like, I remember I went to baseball practice one day and I literally quit after the first day. Like, I hated that shit so much. During this time, like, I just didn't know really who I was. From like the age of maybe like 5 to like 11, I just was just doing stuff and quitting, starting stuff, quitting. And I really just fell in love with video games for real. And during this time, I was playing the game all day. Like, I wasn't playing no sports. All I do is just play video games, play Black Ops 2. And I met a friend, and this friend, I don't even know if he knows. I don't know if he's like keeps up with what I do. Like, I have not talked to him in years, but this man truly changed my life. And I played the game with him every single day. Literally all we did was play the game, but he played for a team called the Junior Rams. And one day he told me to come try out for the Junior Rams and come play because like we wanted to meet in person. Like, literally the only reason why I joined the team was to meet bro in person. Like, I'd never seen him in person. Like, bro, we literally played the game together for years every single day. And he was like, hey bro, just come play, you know what I'm saying? It's down the street from your house. So, you know, I said forget it. Told my mom, I said I want to join the team. I joined the team and I started playing football. And to start out in Pop Warner, bro, I was so trash. Like, when I tell y'all boys I was ass, like, I'm gonna show videos. I was probably the worst player on the team, no cap. I was the slowest player on the team. I couldn't run. I ran on my heels. I had no coordination. But the one thing that I did have was hands. I'm not gonna lie, I had hands. Because all the years I'd play catch every single day with my dad in the front yard, and that really paid off for me, I'm not gonna lie. All those years of playing catch with my dad truly like made me who I am. I was a backup wide receiver my first and second year of football, but the only position I did kind of excel in was defensive end. And that was my main position in Pop Warner, was defensive end. But in that playing Pop Warner for the Junior Rams, I ended up going to St. Mary's High School, which the Junior Rams was the feeder team for St. Mary's High School. With that being said, I'm gonna start getting into high school. High school is probably the roughest part of my football journey, and it tested me the most and see if I really wanted it. And honestly, I wouldn't trade it for nothing because it really taught me trials and tribulations and how to deal with adversity. And it taught me a lot. It made me grow up as a person as much as a football player in itself. To start out high school, I still wasn't really that good. Freshman year is where I solidified myself as a receiver. I wasn't big enough to play defensive end. I wasn't very good on defense, but I still had hands. And I started kind of training with trainers because I wanted to take football a little bit more serious. But I wasn't good enough to go up to JV. I definitely wasn't good enough to play on varsity. So I played on the freshman football team. And I was all right. I had a pretty good season, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. But you know, it's freshman football, you know what I'm saying? But I was pretty good. I was a slightly above average for a freshman football player. I was about like 5'7", 5'8", but I was making plays for sure. Freshman year, sadly, is probably the most fun season of football I had in my high school career. Going into sophomore year, after my freshman season, that's when I started taking a jump. I started playing 7-on-7, started working out a lot, started training pretty much every single day, and I started taking football a lot more serious. And my goal was to go play varsity my sophomore season. 7-on-7 was going great, played for Elevate, and after 7-on-7 season, I started going to camps. And in high school, as you know, camps is one of the most important things you should do. I started going to little bullshit camps, trying to just get my name out, trying to like just get out there, get active, you know what I'm saying, and try to like maybe get my name a little bit known. But it wasn't until one camp that truly changed my whole perspective on myself as a football player. I went to the USA camp at UC Davis and I balled out. I was the best player there. I won an MVP at the camp. That really truly showed me that I could really do this football stuff. After receiving MVP, I started getting articles about me. I started really like getting my name out there a little bit. I was like, wow, this is crazy. But I go back to school and I come with the same confidence, and they still put me on the JV team going into sophomore year. And honestly, this crushed me. I wanted to play varsity so bad, but our varsity team was so stacked that year, and they won state the year before, so it wasn't really looking good. But I was mad because a lot of other players were getting the opportunity to play varsity, and I was still on the sophomore team. But you know, this made me work a lot harder. And on JV, I think I put up like almost 1,000 yards that year. Like, it was crazy. I had a crazy season my sophomore season. And after my sophomore year, I grinded again, went to camp, started going to 7-on-7. I went to play for 7-on-7 in the Bay Area called KT Prep, and this changed my whole life. We started taking college visits, and we started meeting and connecting with a bunch of college coaches and traveling across the country to play 7-on-7 and playing against some of the top competition. I met a whole bunch of players, I met a whole bunch of coaches, started building all kinds of connections after my sophomore season, and I had the most confidence going into a season that I could ever have. My junior season comes around and I absolutely lay an egg. I had about 200 yards and only 1 touchdown my junior season of high school, and I really thought my football career was gonna be over, and I didn't know if I was really that good, honestly. I was getting hated on, I was getting called a 7-on-7 hero, I was getting called all kinds of stuff, and then honestly it discouraged me a lot, and I thought about quitting. Honestly, I thought about quitting multiple times. I thought about transferring. I was mentally just not there. I wasn't really into football as much. I was debating if I wanted to even go play 7-on-7 going into my senior year, but I met a coach, and I trained with this coach pretty much every day of the off season, and he truly got me a lot better, stronger, faster, and got my mental better going into my senior season. I started going to camps while I was training with this coach, and I was getting MVP at every single camp. I was getting fastest man at every single camp. I could show videos. I'm the best player at probably every single camp. And I was going to 7-on-7. I was killing the 7-on-7 circuit. And then the summer camp circuit, where it's all the college camps, I went to probably a camp every single weekend. And during that summer, I was getting MVP at every single camp, and I was picking up offers. I received my first offer from William & Mary, and then the offers started piling up pretty much every single day that summer. I was getting big FCS offers or small FBS offers pretty much every single day of that offseason. And this is what really truly gave me my confidence. A lot of schools were offering me off potential, and a lot of schools were offering me off of what they think that I could have been. And this truly helped me a lot. And a lot of my coaches at school were telling me I wasn't going to be able to get offers, I wasn't going to do this, I wasn't going to do that, and then I started doing it. Camps truly saved my career as a football player, and if it wasn't for camps, I would not be where I am today. And if it wasn't for that coach, I wouldn't be where I am today. So with that being said, it only takes one person to truly believe in you, and if you believe in yourself, you can do whatever you want to do. After this, going into my senior season, I had about 11 offers going into my first game of the senior season. Right as I'm about to play my senior season, I felt like I was going to go for 2,000 yards, bro. I promise you. I really in my heart felt like I was going to go for 2,000 yards. I was the main guy on the team. The team was pretty much centered around me. The offense was centered around me. And 3 days before the first game of my senior season, I tear 4 ligaments in my knee. I tear my ACL, my meniscus, my PCL. I tore everything. I tore everything in my knee. And you can still see the scars to this day. And this crushed my soul, crushed my spirits, everything. I thought I was done. I was losing offers, and it was probably the most mentally challenging part of my life. I was crying every night, and I was literally begging to God and asking him, why me? Like, why me of all people? And God makes no mistake, because when I look back at it, this is probably the greatest thing that ever happened to me as a person and as an athlete. My senior season was shut down. I couldn't do anything. All I was doing was recovering this whole entire time. ACL recovery is no joke. If anyone's going through that, man, I know how it feels. It is terrible. I truly thought my football career was going to be done. Pretty much every single school pulled their scholarship offer, and the only school that kept their word was the school I went to and graduated from, Sacramento State. And I chose this school, and I stayed loyal to this school all 4 years because they stayed loyal to me through the worst time of my life. This truly changed my whole perspective on everything. As an athlete, going through injury is probably the worst thing that can happen. But if you look at it in a different way, it could change your perspective as a person. It could change your outlook on everything. If you use it as a learning lesson in a way to get closer to God, it could truly change your perspective on life. During this ACL recovery, I ended up going to Sacramento State and moving in during the summer. And with that being said, let's talk about my college career. As most of you know, I went to Sacramento State. In my freshman year, I was coming in a little bit banged up, a little bit injured. In my freshman year, When I first got there and I finally got a little bit healthy, I was the last dude on the depth chart. And being the last dude on the depth chart, obviously it feels terrible. And seeing people in my class being starters and second string, that truly like sparked a fire within me. In my freshman year, that's where I really blossomed. I was training at 6 a.m. every single day before practice, before workouts, just to get ahead of everyone else. And my freshman year, I moved from last string on the depth chart to moving up to being a starter coming game one. And the rest is history. After 4 years of playing college football at Sacramento State, I ended 5th in receiving yards, touchdowns, and receptions as a receiver at the school. Going to having one of the worst high school careers you could think of, becoming one of the all-time leading players in your school's history is absolutely humbling. And I feel like if I didn't go through any of that adversity, I probably wouldn't have been able to push through. I was a 4-year starter at my college. I'm a 2-time all-conference player. I've won games for my school. I've had some of the best memories. I've met some of the best friends in my school, all because I truly believed in myself, and a few other people believed in me too when everyone else was doubting. You know, I could explain what happened in my college career, but I'm gonna just show y'all boys. This video is just a way to tell y'all boys to always believe in yourself, work hard, and you will make it. And currently, right now, I'm out here in Florida training for the NFL draft and the NFL Pro Day, and it's been a blessing. All this, I'm literally in Florida right now, man. I went across the country to train for the Pro Day, and I'm excited for what's next. I'm gonna be documenting my journey on my road to getting into the NFL, man. Make sure y'all stay tuned in. It is Jay Gippy. Comment down below if this story inspires you, and stay smooth, man. I love y'all boys. It's Jay Gippy, and we out.